Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking Love After Lockup, Love During Lockup, Season 4, Episode 24. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. So the show starts off with Justine and Michael. Now, Justine is on her way with her kids and her mom to have dinner with Michael's family. Remember, they're going to have the wedding tomorrow during their visit, and she wants to let the family know about the secret. Now, the thing that took me out was when they got to the restaurant, she pulls out a big 8x11 photo of this dude and sits it at the head of the table. I said, well, what the shit is going on? It's not a memorial service. This dude does not need to have his picture sitting at the head of the table like he's paying for dinner. You know what I mean? What the hell is going on? So when his family gets there, his sister says, do you want the picture sitting closer to you? She says, oh, yes. And she moves his picture right next to her in front of her plate. I said, what the shit? What? You know what? The whole damn family, everybody get back in your cars and head over to your nearest mental health facility. Everybody needs a good checkup. This is ridiculous. So when she stands up to give this toast, right before she tells them about the wedding the next day, he happens to call. So anyway, he goes and lets his entire family know that they are getting married the next day. Honey, listen, they are not okay. They are not okay. His mama has to get up and walk off. The sister starts crying. Then she blames Justine for not telling them. Listen, her brother had just told them on his jail call, that's being charged probably to Justine, that he didn't want them to know until he just now told them. So the sister and the waterworks and talking to Justine about how you got to have trust in a relationship. Listen, tell that shit to your brother, okay? She told her family because she was comfortable telling them. She didn't tell you because your brother didn't want you to know, okay? So shut the hell up. I just can't. I can't. One thing I did notice, and I was happy to notice, that when she answered the phone, when he called, she didn't say, whooshy, whooshy. That's a bunch of bullshit. That is too childish for me. Girl, cut the shit. I can't. That annoys me. I hate baby talk, and I don't like whooshy, whooshy at the beginning of a damn phone call. Whatever happened to hello? I mean, seriously. Girl, this does not look good to me. It doesn't say role model for your children, especially for your daughter. You are 35 years old and you are about to marry an inmate / wannabe rapper. I don't see any future in this. I don't see any stability in this. None of it. This is not okay. They're not going to make it. Ty and Hottie. So Ty has been engaged for 2.3 seconds and already she is out looking for a wedding dress. She is so excited. She's got her friend coming to meet her at the bridal shop. She says that since she's become engaged, she has not added any new men to her roster. So therefore, she is being extremely faithful to Hottie. Girl, who gives a damn? So she's at the bridal shop. And she's telling the woman what kind of dress she wants. A whole lot of rhinestones, something with sleeves, something sexy. I said, girl, you are getting married in the prison cafeteria. You need a pair of jeans and a t-shirt. You are not going to be able to walk through the prison cafeteria wearing a sexy white bedazzled dress. This makes no damn sense. This woman is completely delusional. She's upset with her friend because her friend says that she deserves better than this. She thinks that she is rushing this. She doesn't think that this is a good idea for her to move forward, and she wants her to find somebody who's not in prison. Well, she's pissed off because she says she doesn't understand why her friend just can't be happy for her. Why does she have to wish her with someone who's not in prison? Well, you have 3 children. And I'm wondering, since we have not seen her children this season, I'm wondering if her children's dad said, hell no, you're not going to embarrass the shit out of my kids anymore. They cannot film with you, because believe you me, if those were my children, hell to the no, she would not be filming with them. They would not be living with her. No, ma'am. I'm taking you right down to children's services. You congregate with too many inmates for my children. I can't do it. You know, instead of her sitting around looking at wedding dresses, she needs to be somewhere online looking for the nearest psychiatric clinic. In the middle of trying on dresses, and one of them was black. I don't have any problems with black wedding dresses. I don't have any problems with gold, blue, or any other color wedding dress. If you love it, I love it. But she starts crying, talking about she hates the way she looks in it. Look at her arms. She's having a complete fit. Now listen, we as women, and sometimes men as well, can be really hard on ourselves. We can nitpick about every little thing. Personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with this lady's arms. Nothing. But to her, there's something wrong. So she's crying. She's having a fit about this. Girl, listen, just go on home. Just go on home. Scrap it all. You know, send him the ring back and forget about it. Just forget about it. Before she can get out of this dress, she gets a call from yet another prison bae. The woman is on the phone talking to Richie, and she's crying. The dude doesn't even realize that she is crying, because he is too busy asking her when is she going to put the money on his books that she promised. I said, now damn it, woman, you are working down at the funeral home. You've got 3 kids. How can you afford to keep supplying money on these dudes' books? What the hell is going on? I mean, seriously, I am not a woman who is after a man for his money. I'm really not. But I want to be in a relationship where we can treat each other. Oh, I'm not going to keep putting money on your books. These dudes are being nice to you and blowing your damn head up, telling you how cute you are, calling you and sending you letters because you are giving them money. As soon as she told him that she would be putting money on his books the same day, he got off the phone. He didn't give a shit that she was sitting somewhere crying, talking about she's out shopping for home goods. Get the hell out of here.
You big dummy.
She's giving that whole, he's my true person. I love him so much. That's a damn lie. Because when you really believe that you have found your true person, no other man or woman is coming between that. You are not talking to other people. You are not entertaining the bullshit when you have truly found your person. So girl, get the hell up off of here. So then her dad comes over and she's showing him her web of prison fellas. And I'm sitting there looking at her wall and all of her stuff she's got up there. And all I can think of is an episode of Chicago PD. I said, damn it, that's what their war room looks like. They have all the lines going from suspect to suspect. What the hell is going on? Her dad says he doesn't believe it. She can't possibly really mean anything that she's saying. I mean, you've got a dad in your life. What the hell is wrong with you? I'm telling you, something has happened in this woman's life when she was a child or something. Get to a therapist. Anyway, she tries to show off this little ring to her dad. He said, yep, $12 can get you a lot these days. I mean, that was funny. And girl, please, she's got the actual ring and Boston's got the band. Hottie is a bitch. This is ridiculous. So then she gets this call from her cousin and she rolls down to the music studio to see her cousin. Her cousin lets her know that she talked to Hottie and Hottie said he's engaged to Boston. Oh, wow. She loses it. She says, so I'm the dummy? I'm the legit dummy for letting him do this to me? Girl, you were a dummy before he did this to you. I'm just saying. Then she says that he was born to make her look like a fool. No. You do that on your own. You do all of that on your own. You made yourself look like a fool. At one point when she was in the bridal shop, she told her friend that it doesn't take a whole day to recognize the sunshine when she was talking about her relationship with Hottie and recognizing how much they love each other. Girl, it didn't take us 2.3 seconds to realize that you are a complete nut job either. I tell you what, her father probably left there and sat out in his car and said a prayer and cried a little, thinking to himself, Lord Jesus, where did I go wrong? Where did I drop the ball? What is wrong with my child? And who can I call? I'm just saying. Anyway, moving on. Jessica and Dustin. Jessica and Dustin are new. We just met them this week. We find out that Jessica is a 44-year-old nurse and Dustin is 16 years younger than her. He's 27. She's old enough to be his mama. She has worked in the prison system as a nurse for the last 13 years. In the evenings or on her time off, she works as a body piercer to make extra money. Now, this woman has fallen in love with this dude and has quit her job. Well, I said, well, this is good because remember the pickle girl from last season? I can't remember her name, but she was an idiot. She also worked in the prison and ended up getting fired and getting arrested because she decided that an inmate was for her, which turns out I was right. That dude is not for her. Anyway, I'm not tooting my own horn. She quits her job, and I bet she quit her job before they could find out and she could get fired. Anyway, when she quit her job, they figured out what was going on, I guess, and this dude is now in the hole. So he's only allowed out 1 hour every day, and they have not been able to talk, but he does send her letters. She has been married twice before. Her first marriage was 15 years. Her second marriage lasted 9 months until her husband thought it was okay to bang out one of their friends, and that wasn't okay. So they got a divorce. She is currently absolutely ticked off at the DOC, Department of Corrections, because they will not approve her to be a visitor, so she cannot go to the jail to see Dustin. Of course, they're not going to approve you as a visitor because they know when you worked there, you was trying to date him. So anyway, before they threw him into the box, he told her that he wanted to give her his last name. He told her, grab a paper clip, wrap it around your finger. We're going to get married. How romantic. So she is so gung-ho on marrying him. Oh yes, the third time is definitely going to be the charm. Anyway, she's talking to her friend, and her friend has a lot of common sense, which is good. But her friend lets her know this is a bit too damn much. Okay, you just got out of a marriage that only lasted 9 months. You just quit a job that you had for 13 years. You're moving too damn fast. You also have a child. She has a daughter. I said, who the hell is messing around with these men from jail when you have children? I really hate that. I don't appreciate bringing inmates into children's lives. You want to mess up, you want to fuck up your life, do that. But please leave the children out of it. She later takes her daughter to dinner, and her daughter calls the entrees entries. Okay, she says to her daughter, it's a good thing you're homeschooled. I think maybe she shouldn't be. I think that could be the problem when she thinks that entree is entry. I'm just saying. Her daughter says, well, what's going to happen if he gets out of jail and he messes up? She says, oh, he's not going to mess up. Why would he? Yeah, why would he? I'm just saying, why would he? Her daughter also says, well, you keep saying that when he gets out, he's got a home. She says, where exactly will that be? And I was thinking the same thing, daughter. I said, you know what? Where the hell is he going to live? I hope not with y'all. Oh, turns out that she has decided that she is going to move to Tennessee, where he is from. And the daughter said, what? And she says, well, I was hoping you would go with me because you're homeschooled. She shouldn't be. The daughter says, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm in my senior year and I have a life plan for me, and it's not in Tennessee. So now she's considering going and not taking her daughter. We also found out that she has jacked up her entire relationship with her mother and sister. She said that her mother and sister live next door to each other, and they are so close as a family that she usually spends all of her free time at her mother and sister's house. But now, because she's dating this inmate and she is really making bad damn decisions, her mother and sister are no longer talking to her. She's angry with them because they are trying to look out for her. She says that her and her daughter are like best friends. That's because you have the mentality of a 17-year-old. We're best friends forever, Mom. I just don't understand this. You have a stable job, a home, and a child, and you're willing to give all of that up for an inmate who's 27, young enough to be your own child. Sometimes people just don't make good choices. Eventually, we find out that her daughter has quite a bit more sense than she does. Her daughter says she really hopes that her mom does not get taken advantage of. Her mother has never dated anyone from prison, and that if this dude tries to take advantage of her mother, and I quote, she said, "I will cut that shit off real quick." I said, oh shit, that's my kind of daughter. We also see her out shopping for an engagement ring. Oh, she's gonna, get rid of the paperclip. So she goes out looking for a wedding ring that she's gonna pay for herself. And she shows the man at the damn jewelry store a huge tattoo across her stomach of this dude's last name. I said, well, what the shit? What the... Damn it. I had to rewind. I said, wait a minute. Is that henna? This can't be real. Listen, Jessica girl, please turn the volume all the way up. You are out your damn mind. Justin is going to come out of jail. He is going to live off of you and bang you out for a good bit of time. Then he's going to find a girl that is closer to his age and bounce. You are very irresponsible, ma'am. Listen, you fell for it, okay? Prison dudes, prison women, they are real good. They are the ultimate con people. They will tell you everything that you need to hear and want to hear, as long as you are on their team, as long as you are supporting them. You and your eyebrows are going to be hurt. Girl, you're immature and making real dumb decisions and not the best role model for your daughter. Chelsea and Mikey. So we find Chelsea upset at the beginning. She is upset. She's rushing to work. Her coworker is pissed off because she's late and her coworker has been doing all the cleaning. When she gets there, she tells the coworker she's late because she received a message from Courtney, who is Mikey's sister, and Mikey has had a mini stroke. Her friend thinks that there's definitely something wrong with that. She says it's kind of weird that he had a stroke out of the blue. I said, wait a minute now, what? You know what? I don't have any special medical training, but I always thought that people who have strokes, they usually do come out of the blue. I don't know any way that people have warnings for this. I don't know. Unless you are in the hospital hooked up to machines, they can then probably say, oh, you about to have a stroke. Let's get this aspirin going or something, But yeah, I don't understand that lady. However, I do think that it is odd because the sister said that he's had this stroke and now he's at the hospital and there's no cell service at the hospital, so he won't be able to talk to her for a little while. And I said, well, shit, what hospital is he at? Is he in a prison infirmary? It sounds like a lie. It really does. So her friend knows that this is a bunch of bullshit, but she doesn't appreciate it. She gets angry with her friend. Her friend tells her right then, she says, listen, you need to do what's best for you. And I think what's best is for you to find somebody else. This prison loving thing is not going to work out for you. Her friend says he's possibly catfishing you. You never know. She gets really pissed off with her friend and says her friend can go fuck off. Now I said, you know what? Don't be pissy with her because this is the same friend whose shoulder you're going to be crying on when this man gets out of jail and is totally disrespectful. She is trying to help you. Listen, I like Chelsea. I really do. And I don't want her to get hurt. She is the only one that I'm really rooting for on this show. I think that she's really sweet and she's got that little boy, Trevor. Chelsea girl, listen, you in danger. Your friends and your daddy said that you have a history of picking the wrong dudes who always abuse and use you. And according to your friends, some of the abuse is physical. Listen, Chelsea girl, do yourself a favor. Block him. Stop talking to this dude altogether. Listen to your friends and your daddy. And we also have a new guy. His name is Mark, and he's dating someone named Sensor A. And we find out that he's some sort of software engineer, and he also likes to produce music festivals, and he makes $600,000 a year. And that he also drives a $3,000 Prius, and that kind of throws people off. Anyway, he's been talking to this girl for about 3 months, and on this episode, it was his first video call with this girl. We also find out, how Ty has her flow chart of men. This dude has a spreadsheet. I think somebody should introduce them two to each other. Anyway, he looks like he is in need of a nap a multivitamin, and a psychiatrist. There's something about him. He's a bit weird to me. He is giving off real odd. He says that he is dealing with 6 women currently that are in prison. Even though he is a businessman, the women in business that he deals with are really not interested in him. Well, it's possible because you look like a walking vampire. Get you some multivitamins, some of that Vegas sunlight, a nap, and a psychiatrist. Okay. He says the reason he keeps the spreadsheet is so when he talks to the ladies in prison, he doesn't mess up and make a mistake, and call them by the wrong name. Since A is in jail for 11 years for shooting up her grandma's house and furniture. Yep, that would definitely be attractive to me. A man who shot up his grandma's house and furniture. No, thank you. Mark just comes off as somebody who's extremely lame and lonely. He might be business savvy, but like I said before, he's weird and awkward. He can't even talk on the phone. He's having a conversation with this girl. He can't figure out how to put her on mute. I said, you're an engineer. Again, a nap, fella. They're having this conversation and she's telling him what she wants to do when she gets out of jail. She just wants to concentrate on her brother and somebody else in her family. I don't know. It was just weird. Yeah. I was just thinking, as a business person, after seeing him on this show, would I really deal with him or would I hire another engineer? I believe I would hire another engineer because this is ridiculous. So I did want to give Mark a little bit of advice. My first piece of advice to you would be, 1, get you a good multivitamin. 2, set up a medical doctor's appointment. Number 3, set up an appointment for a psychiatrist. And number 4, add showers to your daily routine. He did have his friend with him who was sort of a wingman. And his friend says, Mark is crushing it. Okay, wingman, who spent 10 years in prison as well, who is out of prison and now living in a beautiful penthouse apartment. Don't trust you either. Anyway, moving on. Melissa and Louie. So Melissa insists on dragging us down Delusional Alley with her. This 39-year-old woman who is still stuck in high school, still trying to relive her not so glorious days of high school, takes the camera crew to her old high school. She lets us know where Louie used to stand, and when the girls used to walk by, they would all swoon when they saw him. She wants us to know that people used to make out at high school. She's hoping that she can get into the school with Louie and they can make out by the lockers. She's also hoping that she can park the car over on Junior Lane, is what they used to call it, where the juniors parked their cars and made out. Girl, don't walk, run to the therapist. After that, she takes the camera crew to Louie's former house where he used to live while attending high school. Yes, she says this is the place where all the magic happened, but not with me. What the entire fuck is wrong with this woman? Then she calls Louie and I said, what kind of damn jail situation is this? He's got a cell phone and you can call him. It turns out he's in some sort of facility where they're prepping him to get out of jail. So he's allowed to get these phone calls and everything. I don't know exactly what her mental health condition is, but this woman is stuck in high school. So when she calls him standing out in front of the house that he lived in 20 damn years ago, he was shocked. And he tells her, you should call my mama and tell her where you are right now. I said, say what now? What? I mean, really? I really wish some girl would call me that I don't even know to tell me that she is standing where? In front of our house. Listen, girl, you are crazy. Let's hang the hell up. His mom is a no nonsense. This woman is a full on mess. His mom's not here for the bullshit. You could tell that she already thinks this girl is weird. And she told her, has Louie told you about me? Did he tell you how I feel about his girlfriends? And then she tells her that she's going to come down to Georgia so she could see him and his mother. His mom tells her that she really does hope that she likes her. Otherwise, she is definitely going to be on her shit list. I said, well, shit. His mom is not here for it. And you know the strange thing about it, I thought to myself, his mom is acting like he's a catch. Damn it, your son is in jail for armed robbery. He is nobody's prize. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? If my son was locked up and some girl is interested, I'd be happy anybody was interested in him. As long as she wasn't this girl and stuck in, high school. Anyway, she ends up going to meet her sisters who look like her twins. So they look like triplets, if you ask me. Her sisters are not here for the bullshit. Her sister said, listen, this is not going to work out. You are stuck in high school. You always pick men who use you and abuse you. You always pick men who have something wrong with them. You try to fix it and it doesn't work. This is ridiculous. Why don't you just go down to Georgia, see him and his mom, fuck him, and come on back home? She said, because that's clearly what you want. You can have bragging rights. I fucked Louie from high school, and go on about your business. She's sitting there looking offended. Really? I'm offended that you're on this damn show, and I'm offended that we have to be bothered with you. This is ridiculous. I mean, she is clearly somebody who thinks that high school is as good as it gets. She is trying to relive high school with a man who has peaked in high school. He is not it, lady. I think someone needs to let her know that there's a whole big world out there. A whole lot of people outside of your high school. There's more to life than dating the jock from high school 20 damn years ago. You know what, peeps? I am sorry that I'm so hard on these people. Everybody deserves a second chance. Everybody deserves love. It just irritates me sometimes. Oh, gosh. Anyway, you guys, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.